We're here with Thad Metcalfe, who is our player spotlight for this week ahead of Baker versus Graceland at home. Let's start with this 2-1 to start out the season. How have you felt about your performance so far and the defensive performance so far to start this season?
Man, I feel like as a defensive standpoint, I feel like we've played at a high level. I mean, we've pitched a shutout against Clark, and then like Coach Riggs talked about, we pitched a shutout last week at Grandview in the second half, and to see those zeros on the board makes you very confident in your defense and your ability as a whole. And so it's been a lot of fun just succeeding on that side of the ball.
What sticks out about the Graceland offense and how difficult of a challenge that'll be this Saturday?
Man, they're a high-powered offense. They want to throw the ball. They want to put points up. They want to have a track meet on the football field, and so I feel like it's a big standpoint of their offense. And I feel as a defense, we just got to slow that track meet down as much as possible.
You and Deshaun Lewis have played a lot of games next to each other at the two different safety spots over the course of your guys' career. What is that like having another guy you can kind of trust next to you in the back end?
Man, I've played a lot of football with Deshaun, and I feel like last year we kind of learned how each other played together, how each other kind of grew together on the field, as it was my first year starting, and he's taught me a lot there. And so this season has felt like we moved together. I mean, coaches always talk about on film, we have certain movement that just look exactly the same. And so it's been fun to kind of play next to him because it's someone that you can trust on the middle of the field. And so it's really grown as a partnership too.
Do you have a favorite play, memory, highlight, something from either this season or your career playing football at Baker so far?
Maybe last year against Moval, very last in the game, is I had the final pick to close the game out, and it kind of set the tone for this year. Is I wanted to improve not only by myself but help grow the secondary as much as possible. And like you said, I felt like we got embarrassed as a secondary last year against Graceland, and so this is kind of a week that has been starred on the calendar because I feel like this is another step that you got to take to becoming a better secondary, is improving against Graceland with this high-powered offense.
Yeah, and then Mo Valley win. Baker up 1 on Mo Valley all-time in wins. So right now that's kind of the difference there. All right, who's a player on the offensive side of the ball in practice on your guys' team that maybe gives the DBs and you guys the most trouble?
Gavin Greenwood, the big old tight end, he flies around. He runs just as well as any receiver. He's got hands just as well as any receiver, and he can block. He can block defensive ends, tackles. I mean, that kid can play football, and so I feel like he's an overall competitor and just athlete. And I feel like he gives our defenses and a lot of other defenses around the league a big trouble.
All right, I got a couple superlative questions about the secondary, the defensive back room. Who would you say is the fastest DB?
Jaleel can fly.
Who's the strongest?
Jaleel is a big old muscles.
Oh, who about jump the highest?
I'd say Jaleel, but I feel like PJ has a chance.
And who cracks the most jokes in the locker room or in team drills?
Man, I think Deshaun Lewis has a lot of good jokes that he likes to pull off and keep the mood light.
All right, that last thing. What's your favorite thing about being a Baker Wildcat?
Just the people around it. I mean, coming to Baker, I mean, it might not be a big campus, a lot of students, but everyone is friendly. You got a lot of good friends, and being on the football team, you're with 130 guys every year, and coming in and coming out, you make new friends every single year, and you grow those friendships that have been there for years even better. And I feel that that's what's going to grow the strongest throughout time.
All right, he's Thad Metcalfe. Look out for him against Graceland this Saturday.